David Beckham's told Newsbeat his family will be the most important factor in deciding when to leave the US. He's back in action with LA Galaxy tonight for the first time since returning from loan at AC Milan. Former England captain says he is committed to Galaxy, but it was just a great opportunity in Italy.
The club asked me to stay on. I think if you asked any player in any league in the world, if they was given the chance to finish the league, finish the season and spend a little bit more time with one of the biggest clubs in the world, they wouldn't turn that down.
The Open Golf gets under at Turnberry.
He is deep there, isn't he?
Sounds like
Victoria, we talked about this a lot, and quite frankly, one second, shut it, little tart. Sorry, what was I saying? Yeah, but whatever.
The club asked me to stay on. I think if you asked any player in any league in the world, if they was given the chance to finish the league, finish the season and spend a little bit more time with one of the biggest clubs in the world, they wouldn't turn that down.
Yeah, shut your mouth, Beckham. I'm talking. How dare you interrupt?
The Open Golf gets under at Turnberry this morning. Tiger Woods is going for his 15th major title, so he can catch up with his mate Roger Federer. And another back-to-back win for Britain's Mark Cavendish at the Tour de France. He won stage 11, so that's 4 now this year. He's got the points leader's green jersey.
I love our listeners. We've had many random text messages today, but my favourite text just comes in and goes, "Way Holly's boobs." I don't think Holly'll be up for it, but I mean, if she is, she's more than welcome to come in tomorrow ahead of her start on this morning.
Yeah.
If Rachel stood on the scales and then Mally was stood next to the scales, right, and then on the second one, if he held them up, would that work?
Ah, that's an interesting point.
Maybe.
Yeah, that would.
So Rachel's on the scales and she does a normal way.
Yeah.
Do you know
and then
what?
the next one, he just holds them up.
If Rachel, if you are embarrassed about this, Rachel, I don't mind playing the role of you in this experiment, and your fiancé can hold my boobs while I stand on the scales.
I'm sure he'd help. Somebody else.
Because let's be honest, there's not much in it between yours and mine. Mine are probably just a little bit bigger than yours. Don't get jealous. Mine are probably a little bit bigger.
But I'm just looking at this from the point of view of science.
Yeah, sure.
Someone else said that you should get a bucket of water, put them in, and see how much, measure the amount of water that went out.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That is far too much.
So let's talk about not embarrassing Rachel with weighing her boobs at the pick and mix counter.
Yeah.
So instead, she gets a jug of water, she puts one of her boobs in the water, catches the water that spills out, then measures that water. Yeah, that's fine. She's well up for that.
And the weather. Another mixture of sunshine and showers for most places. Driest for southern England and Wales. The heaviest of the rain will be in Scotland. 7:43 now.
So this morning on the show, Philip Glenister joins us to talk about the new series of Ashes to Ashes, which of course is based in the in London in the early 80s. I wasn't born. Don't know what you're talking about, granddads. That'll be Holly Willoughby. Anyway, well done to Holly. If she has got it, well, it's been officially announced.
Officially, yeah, absolutely.
I tell you what, there was rumours of a divide in wages between Philip Schofield and Fern Britton. You can imagine the divide now between Philip Schofield and Holly Willoughby's wages. There won't have been a bigger divide since Peter, Andre and Katie split up. Good morning, I'm really rich, and I'm on £1. And welcome to This Morning. You know I'm on there today.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm going on this morning.
Are you?
Yes, I'm going on today.
To talk about who do you think you are?
Yeah, well, yeah, I think the premise of it is, but also just because it's Fern's last week, and they wanted some of Fern's favourite guests. They were all unavailable.
Sure.
They booked me at the 11th hour.
So you've got to do the Radio Times thing on the telly today. So you've got to have a copy with
in the
you,
green room,
and then you've got to be looking in the green room.
No, don't, because they do listen to the show.
Oh, that'd be brilliant. Again, in a way, you'd be promoting the magazine issue with you on it.
No.
Through
Perfect.
the power of comedy.
and you have to do the same facial expression you're doing on the front of the magazine whilst thumbing through the Radio Times.
In the same outfit.
I hate that phrase.
What?
Thumbing through.
Why? That's what you do when you read a magazine.
No, I don't.
That sounds like something a granddad would say.
Yeah, old man. Magazines. I read everything off the internet. That's Holly Willoughby there.
Yeah, thank you, Holly.
So it's Fern's last show tomorrow, is that right?
Yes, that's right, yeah.
So yeah, I'm going on this morning later, and they did this thing where they go because I like This Morning, and they're a nice bunch of people there, and you know I like the show, and everybody's watched the show. But they ask you to be involved in some of the other features, and sometimes I don't want to do it, and sometimes I go fine. And so they go, "Oh, would you do this? Would you do this thing with Phil Vickery in the cooking section?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I like him. He's nice." And okay, all right, fine. I'll just goof about a bit. Anyway, they came to me with 2 different options. Well, they wanted me to do 2 things. As well as going and do the interview, they went, "Oh, we're doing this. We're going to be doing this thing with Phil Vickery in the kitchen, and it's going to include the other guests on the show. Oh, and it'll be really good if you can take part in that." So I'm thinking, do I really want to go on national television cooking with... I don't know if they're meant to be surprise guests.
Well, who are they?
Can you say...
Well, Shane Ritchie's one of them.
Right.
And I'm thinking, do I really want to be making muffins with Shane Ritchie on national television? I don't... No offence to Shane, he's a nice guy, but the answer's no. And then they went, okay, well, okay, fine, that's fine. Yeah, if you'd be embarrassed or you don't want to do it, that's fine. How about taking part in our karaoke quiz at the end of the show? And I'm like, okay, do you know what? How about I do the interview and then leave? How about that? I don't want to be like a spoil sport, but, you know, I'm going to get too competitive. Plus, I'll be like Holly. If it was before 1990, I don't know what you're talking about.
What is a karaoke quiz?
I have no idea if it's a new thing.
Sounds like fun to me.
I like that.
You know,
I like karaoke and I like a quiz.
I don't. Yeah, but you want to do it next to Shane?
Karaoke over cooking,
Well,
definitely.
I like muffins.
I like muffins.
I do.
Combine the whole lot of them.
Karaoke muffins.
Look, I don't want to embarrass myself on that show. I'm just going to go on there, you know, tongue kiss Fern, and then get out of there.
Sure.
That's not embarrassing. That's hot. So for all our favourite students and jobless people, or if you're in prison, watch This Morning with me later this morning.
What do we get up to in the studio? Now there is an easy way for you to get to know. Watch us on the internet from 6:30 and see all the team on camera, and they look really lovely.
I'm only 11 years old.
The Chris Moyles Show. Listen on the radio and watch us on the internet. International Radio 1.
Good morning, everybody. It's 7:48. That's the Klaxons and Golden Scans on Radio 1. Good morning, everybody. It's 5 to 8. It's time to speak to everybody's favourite former very fat person. He's no longer very fat. He's just fat. Good morning, Angelo.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
All right, man. How are you?
Not too bad, thanks, mate.
You sound a little bit reserved this morning.
Yeah, just chilled back. I'm in work already. Just chilled out before I start.
Dude, you know it's 5 to 8 in the morning. What the hell are you doing at work?
Yeah, it's my hours, 8 till 5.
Is everything all right, though?
Yeah, everything's cool, yeah.
Good.
Sure, you sound like you need a cry.
No, I'm alright. I'm cool.
All right, okay, fine. Right.
Everything's cool. How are you guys, alright?
Yeah, mega.
We are top of the pops and cool in the gang.
Happy days.
And happy days.
How's your training going, Chris, alright?
Training is going all right. Not too bad. Yeah, all right. Good. I still ache from Tuesday's gym session.
From Tuesdays?
Yeah.
Blimey.
And so I trained on Tuesday. So here's my training so far, if you want to know, for this week. Saturday, I ran. Sunday, I ran. Monday, Iraq. And Tuesday, see what I did there. Monday the day off because I was flying. And then Tuesday, gym. Yesterday, went for a little 4.5 mile run. Did some weights and did some press-ups. I love doing press-ups.
Yeah.
But you know what it is? I can't help but smile to myself when I get to the second one, because that never used to happen.
I thought you hated press-ups. I thought they were one of your least favourite activities.
But because I can do more than 3 or 4 now without collapsing.
Okay. Well, the ratio's different, isn't it? Because before, your tummy-to-arm ratio was all wrong. In other words, you had too much to lift for your arms, whereas now it's better.
Yeah.
I had that same problem with sit press-ups. I could never do them either.
Yeah.
I still don't think I can do them now. Unless I've got a crane handy, I'll be alright.